Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee with Lisa. I'm Spiritual Coach Lisa Hopp. It is Sunday, August 14th, 2022. Thank you so much for joining me this Sunday. I hope you were well. And actually, thank you for joining me even if you don't listen to this on Sunday. Whenever you happen to be here, hello and welcome. If you're new, please be sure to check out my website at lisahopp.com for all about my services and upcoming events. And if you are on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and share if you connect with this podcast. I'm also under Facebook under Lisa M. Hopp, Spiritual Coach and Medium. Please follow me there. And I'm also on Instagram under Spiritual Coach Lisa Hopp. I'm on TikTok too under Spiritual Coach Lisa Hopp. And actually I'm due to TikTok there again very soon. So please follow me because, I hope you connect with the topics and I hope they serve to make your life a little bit better. I will always come to you with the truth of my knowing. And that is not to say I know everything, but I am a student of this universe as much as a teacher. So what I don't know, I find out. Because that's the magic of being here. That's why we're here, to create, to learn, to expand, to figure it out. So why not, right? So I hope you would join me. And my appointments, my sessions, my services are usually available not just in person, but also through Zoom and telephone. So there is really nothing blocking us from having a connection if you wish to do so by one of the services that I give. All right, on to the topic. It's come up this week. There's a trend. How do I get over my fears? What can I do? The truth of the matter is that fear is an illusion. Now, a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of fear is that survival mechanism. We have it in our DNA, that need to hunt and perhaps be hunted. The cold winters, the need inside to stay alive. It's really a very small part of what's going on. Most of the time, our fears are based on what we have absorbed, whether it be through what others have said to us, the news. Even when I say others have said to us, it's not just our immediate family. It can be teachers, it can be our ancestors. A great-great-grandmother could pass down a fear to you. But is that really yours? No, it was theirs. Fears are often based on perceptions. They're based on what ifs. They're based on that feeling of what if I'm not in control? You have a lot of control over your life. You have control over how you feel. You have control of your birth. And you do have control, your soul does, of when you transition. You have control over your choices. The only thing you don't control are others' choices, others' happiness, others' decisions about anything. That is out of your hands. That can be very hard. I think that's, in some circumstances, the hardest thing for us to cope with. That's why the Love Song Station has all breakup songs. Most of the time. It's because of our lack of control. But you can always control if you're happy. You can always control what steps you take, what choices you make in your life. It's always been in your hands. And the wonderful thing about being in control, especially as it relates to fear, is that you will find that 97% to perhaps even 99% of the time, that what you fear doesn't happen. The what ifs do not happen. And if they do, they're usually lesser because you're kind of ready for them. And you've gotten through every day of your life so far. I heard some devastating news recently about someone who didn't feel that life could get better. And it's just devastating. We can get through anything. I remember hearing once, decades ago, that God never gives us more than we can handle. Take that and understand it fully. Yes, you can get through if your soul wills anything. You have all the tools. You have intuition, you have strength, you have resilience, you have faith. If you have all of that and you milk it, and thrive it, you get through things that you never thought you'd be able to get through. How many times have some of you, if not all of you, said, wow, I got through that. And I got through that. And it was hard, but I did it. Mountains often become molehills. Once you get through the big stuff, you roll over the small stuff. It is so important to believe in yourself. A lot of those, a good amount of people who are very financially successful were often faced with homelessness or fears about being homeless. But within them was I will get through this. I can. I will build up within myself all the qualities I need to in order to do it. I will rise again, or I would just rise. You have all of that within yourself as well. And a tremendous support system on the other side. Whenever you need them. Fear may very well be the number one blocker to anyone's goals, anyone's intentions, anyone's dreams. Another one is insecurity, unworthiness. I'm not lovable. I'm not enough. Perhaps in many ways they're very equal. But oftentimes the symptom of feeling not enough or deserving is fear. Ooh, what if I stand in the spotlight and people knock me down? It could be, it's what I would like to suggest is to spend a few minutes with yourself, perhaps 5 minutes privately. Ask yourself, how do I feel about myself? How do I feel about that? Really get to know you. Conduct an internal interview. What is stopping me from that? You know the answer, by the way. Your subconscious stores every single thing about you. You might hear it in your head. You might feel it in your gut. You might spill it out your mouth. But you'll know. And we often convince ourselves that these perceptions of fear are reality. I can't do this. It's just the way it is. No, it's not. It's the way that you believe it. I know that while fears are based on what ifs, because you can't see the full picture going forward, the full path. I know, though, that even if you saw the full path, you'd probably terrify yourself and stop. Potentially. Because fear impacts us, whether we know it's coming or not. If you were told today that you would hit the lottery for $500 billion and your life set up, if you're not ready for that, you're going to go into all kinds of fears about, will I be safe? Will I lose friends? Will people rip me off? There could be I'm not saying each and every one of them, but one or more would probably pop up. And so, the universe knows that. So let's say you were to play the lottery, they know those underlying beliefs and feelings are going to pop up, those fears, those blocks. And so they'll go, no, we can't let you have it then. Because you don't really want it. So it's very important to get to know your fears, to also not be negative towards yourself about your fears, but to acknowledge them and then go work at them. How do you go to work at them? You build up the belief in yourself and the love of yourself. You build up the knowing that you deserve whatever you would ask for. And then you'll notice, wait, that fear is not a huge wall anymore. You just kind of kick that out of the side, like a soccer ball, and move forward. And you'll also know within your whole being that if you do have a setback or what would be perceived as a failure, that you'll get through it. You'll be able to go at it again. You will know that you're a survivor. That's so very important to work on what you believe in and who you believe in, which has to be you. Also, I speak about this now quite frequently, but it's always a good reinforcement. Stay centered in the moment, just focusing on what's in front of you. If you do that, you'll have no fear. You would have cured the fear issue, because fear doesn't exist in the present. It only exists from the past, and most especially 99.5% of the future. Fear in the past is about reliving trauma, those moments of fear. And then it's the blindness to the future that causes fear. But in the present moment, unless you're going through something in that present moment that is fearful, it's generally not there. I mean an event. So staying in the present moment really sets you up for success and love and health and wealth and all that you would ask for. It gives you inspirations. It gives you superpowers. I really believe that probably only about 5% of your fear is based on survival. I think even less than that, probably about 0.2% of this fear is why here on the East Coast, if there's a quarter of an inch of snow coming, we're loading up on the bread and milk. That's a teensy tiny little fraction of what we remember at some soul level. So small. As I said, the rest of it has been given to us. Your fear, which is an illusion, has been given to you, and you can kick it away. You can walk right through it. That is essentially the only difference between someone who is a multimillionaire and someone who is not. One pushes through the fears because they have them, and one says, I'm going to live on autopilot because of them. And I'm going to wish. And I'm going to get mad at those who seem to have more than me or have it all. But there is not much difference between someone who you perceive as having it all and someone who does not. The only difference is one pushes through and one avoids changes. Who are you? Who do you dare yourself to be? It can be fun to strive towards the greatest version of yourself. It is so important to accept and love yourself for who you are right now, and then get excited about who you can become. Now, I use a lot of wealth scenarios, but wealth is individual to everyone. Some would think they're the wealthiest person on earth, earning $150,000 a year or bringing in $150,000 a year. Some feel it has been much, much higher. The number is yours. It's whatever makes you feel free, happy. And I will tell you that if you are one who walks around talking about how you don't need to have all that much, you're fine, that is someone who has wealth blocks. Yes, just own them. It's all right. It's all right. Wealth is something that everyone deserves. It does not make you a better person to be poor. It doesn't. You're going to be who you are. The wealthier who they are, no matter how much money they have, it often exposes who they are. There are infinite resources, infinite possibilities, infinite wealth. That the other side, heaven, universe, doesn't mind if there's a piece of it for everyone. We are taught often that the meek inherit the earth. That spiritual people should not want to be wealthy. Oh, my goodness. There's so many. I have to word this correctly. It is seen more and more watching pastors and how much they're earning. Let's just say that karma takes care of everything. There are consequences for who you are. But truly, most of the time, when someone is judging whom they perceive as a very wealthy pastor, it's really because they're judging themselves. It's a projection. And they're so honest about it. I was taught. Yes. You were taught by others. And you believed it. And you made it a truth. You were taught that those who were wealthy, perhaps, somehow didn't deserve it. Or being material will somehow keep you from heaven, wanting material things. The whole eye of the candle, thread, needle thing. Heaven knows your heart. It knows your soul. It knows who you are. And it loves you immeasurably. But there's also a universe of energy that bestows on you who you are, what you're becoming. So if you walk around saying, not for me, I want to be a nice person and be loved, then they'll say, okay, not for you. So it's so important to know it's okay to want to be happy, to want to be free. And when you have fear, bundle it up and kick it away. Sometimes I literally put my hands over my eyes and step. Just to step through it. And fears are embedded in us. Oh my goodness, they're there, often so quiet, so hidden, but they'll pop up. They'll pop up when you get an opportunity for a promotion. They'll pop up when you hope you can one day start that business. They'll pop up when you make decisions about your personal relationship area, when you're meeting someone, when you're wondering if it's time to go to the next level. They'll pop up. And they'll come out of nowhere. And sometimes you think, I got them cured. And there they are again. Oh, they're tough. They're rooted. But they can be extracted. Try as much as you can not to live in fear. We live sometimes in a random universe, but we're protected. We're helped. Most of the time. 99% of the time. 99.9%. We're all living each other's scripts. Our personal scripts. Set up by 3 years old. And we apply them. And we do them. But scripts can always be edited. Notice what you feel. Notice what you're thinking. Notice your words. If you're saying can't, change it to can. If you're saying, I'll always be heavier because of what I eat, you'll always be heavier because of what you eat. Can you love yourself? Can you accept it? Can you be happy? If not, change the script. If you always say people do not respect me, you will always see that people are disrespecting you. You see how it is? But it all comes from the basis. Always that little voice of fear in there. Always. But it can be eradicated. Change the script. Put the hands over the eyes and take a step. Get to know who you are and love that person. I say all the time to my clients, I really like who I am. But every day, I'm becoming a greater and greater version of myself. I'm opening up. I'm willing to take more risks. I'm willing to tackle changes. Start to really appreciate yourself for who you are and all your abilities and gifts, or just who you wish you want to be. Go there and say, wow, yeah, that's all right. Give yourself a pat on the back, and then start writing the blueprint with all the pictures and feelings of your future. Now, of course, if fear for you is because there is someone in your life causing you fear, that is a different matter. We're talking about inner fear today. The ones that provide blocks to you accomplishing goals, making changes, making that move, changing your hair, getting a tattoo. We're talking about that. When there's outward things to fear that are matter, then yes, of course, you should do more. Get help. I hope I've given you a starting point today to go towards tackling the fears. And I know logically a lot of you will say, or maybe all, I agree with you, Lisa, I know this. But you have to know it within your divinity, within your being, within your soul, within your heart. You have to know what you're worthy of, what you're deserving, who you are, that you're more than enough and lovable, and that you can have whatever you would ask for. All you have to do is walk to it. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please be sure to go to my website at lisahop.com. Like, subscribe, and share on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, tick tock. And I really hope that you will continue listening and that I may even get to see you or talk to you in the future in a private appointment. Because I am here to serve. I knew that very young when I arrived. As you all are here to serve as well. You all matter. You all have something to give. The world would not be the same without you. I hope this helps today. Have a blessed Sunday and a blessed week. Thank you.